It's Brian or Ryan?
Yeah, Brian.
Brian. Okay. Okay. I hope I'm country enough that I hope it sounded like I said Brian.
Yeah, bro, it did. That's why I was like, it's cool. You know, Brian. So
Yeah. Okay. That works though. Yeah, no, that works. When's the next time? Hey, I forgot to say this too, dog. When I played your ass, my whole watch cracked.
Oh no,
bro. Cause look, we were on the side closest to the door, and so you drove, and like I forgot what happened. I just know my arm swung, and my arm was already sweaty. So like my watch fell. I was like, damn. But like usually it's fallen before, and it's never cracked. I'm like, okay,
bro.
That hurt. That hurt. No, it's fine. It's not a big deal. I can say it's falling all the time, bro. Like I wore it. Like I was like, dang, that's tough. At least it still works and it's just the screen. But I'm like, dang.
I mean, you get the screen replaced, you know.
Yeah,
right?
that's all I'm doing. That's all I'm gonna do. That's why I was like, I'm glad it didn't break it. It's the first generation, so I'm like, I want to keep it. Like, I don't know how many people who have like the first generation still. So,
gotcha.
But yeah, I was like, dang. I definitely wanted to slide that in there. Be like, yeah, bro, he got a lot of. He's really powerful and athletic, man. Like he broke my watch and everything. Like,
I'm so sorry, bro. Oh my God.
You're good, bro. What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Train, as usual. Hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. As you can see here, I got another guest with me. It's my man, Darius. Darius, say what's up to the folk, please.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's up?
That's a lot longer than what most people give, I gotta say. So I take that. Appreciate it, man. How's everything going with you so far?
Hey, man, I'm blessed to be alive, man. You know, it could be worse, but, you know, I'm out here. So I thank God for that, right?
Yeah, that's it. I like that answer. I like that answer out there. And ladies and gentlemen, I just want to point out here, just because, you know, he took the time, the effort, show him some love on the hairstyle a little bit. You know, he went to the barber a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He got cleaned up for this. So I appreciate that. You know, wearing his chain out there. You know, I appreciate that. I appreciate it. He's trying to do something out here for me. I appreciate that.
Bro.
Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, we're not going to get too much into it. We're not going to take too long. We're just going to talk a little bit about sports, a little bit about Darius. Of course, we got to throw in the NBA. But first and foremost, let's go ahead and get started with our Motivational Post. All right, so our Motivational Post, ladies and gentlemen. Usually I go first, but I feel like I'm going to let Darius go first because I feel like he has something good to say. Plus, I told him mine earlier, so I'm kind of anxious to see what he's going to say first. So, Darius, what's your Motivational Post, guy? What gets you solid throughout the day, man?
Hey, man, with me, it's one simple sentence. With God, all things are possible. So if y'all keep that in your minds, y'all keep that motivation going, there's nothing that y'all can't do. The sky's the limit for y'all, man. Keep y'all heads up and keep going.
Okay. That's a good one, actually. You know, people don't usually do the spirituality stuff up here, so I appreciate that. Throw a little diversity up there. That's good stuff. All right. It's actually funny now because yours and then mine, I'm going with Gilbert Arenas.
Right.
And my man said, I mean, you know, Gilbert, he's had an interesting career, right, people? But he actually gave some profound words, and he says, catch up or get left. And this was, you know, early on in the pandemic. And long story short, if you weren't trying to better yourself, you weren't trying to further your career, if you weren't trying to do anything different, well, I mean, you missed a lot of opportunity because we had nothing but time. Like, you weren't really doing anything extravagant, sitting at home, maybe hanging out with some friends. So it's either you catch up or get left because the world doesn't wait for anybody. So I just want everybody to remember that. And that includes even myself. Like, sometimes I'll loaf on this. I got to go for a little bit more effort sometimes. So don't get left, anybody. Please don't get left. Right. But we will be leaving this segment and going on to the next one, though. So stay tuned. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we are back, and we are talking about Russell Westbrook. I'm a Lakers fan, as y'all know. I ain't really been overly happy with Russ this season. Gotta say that. You know, Russ is an all-star caliber player, Hall of Fame career. And I think he needs to be sixth man on our team. I said it. Yep. he don't fit well with Braun. Like, that's just me personally. Darius, let me ask you this, because you play college. I think people might respect your opinion better than mine. How do you feel about Russell Westbrook being sixth man? Like, is it ludicrous for me to say, or like, is it, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it okay? Like, does it have, like, what do you think? What do you think?
Okay, so definitely first thing first. I agree with you. It's not Westbrook's best season at all. Definitely in the beginning of the season, he was playing terrible. I think everybody. It was the talk around my basketball team. It was the talk about how bad Westbrook was doing, and I couldn't really argue with him. He's an amazing player. He's done amazing things. So that's one of the things that I try to like put out there. I don't want people to forget the history that he made. The whole triple-double thing, like that's amazing, hasn't been done since Oscar Robertson, so like things like that, I don't want people to forget, but he has setbacks this season, but now he has been coming back. He averaged like 20 points or more, these past 8 games, he's really been stepping his game up, so I think it's honestly like him, I think it was him warming up to the team and also putting the pieces together, knowing what he needs to do and what he doesn't need to do, because sometimes he'll do too much, because on the other teams they need him to do too much. On this Lakers team, they don't really need him to do too much, because they have all the great pieces that they need for a championship. You have a point guard that's a slasher that can create opportunities and can score. So like it's exactly. So it's like it's so many things that that can happen with this Lakers team. And now that LeBron's they're doing even better now. I feel like that's why Westbrook is actually improving his game more, because I think he kind of needs LeBron there to like ground him, and to also like they can work around each other. With him and AD, like they can work around each other. So I guess with the 6-man question, that's kind of a tough question. In my opinion, I don't believe he should be 6-man. I think he should still be, starting 5 and all that. And I believe that now he's going to show that. Now he's going to be the Westbrook that we need him to be, that the Lakers need him to be.
No, I hope so. I just need Buddy to calm down, because here's the thing. One, I was also in agreement with you where I'm saying like Russ wasn't playing that well early on. But like if you're looking at his stats, like he hasn't really dipped much. Like he's averaging 21, 8, and 9. When he's played with Braun,
exactly
28 and 8, and then without Braun, it's 22, 9, and 9. So that's not that much of a gap. My issue though is, like you said, on Russ's teams primarily, he's had to be the first, second option. So you got to do a lot. But on this team, you don't. Like, I say right now, currently constructed, Kyrie Irving is better suited for us than Russell Westbrook. Like, the reason why I would rather have Kyrie Irving than Russell Westbrook, because Kyrie's more skilled. He fits in. We need shooting. That's Kyrie. That's not Russ. We already have 2 freak of nature athletes in Braun and AD. Then I'm looking at the shooting in general. Well, with Braun, he shoots 45% from the field. All right, cool. And 44% without Braun. But both Braun and Russ need 3-point shooters. And Braun's shooting 34.4% from the 3. But when Braun's on the floor, Russ is shooting 25. When he's off, meaning Braun, Russ is shooting 34. So that's why I said I want to put Russ in the 6-man, because you don't have to finish the game. I mean, you can finish the game and still be the 6-man. James Harden did it. Manu Ginobili has done it. Like, they made solid careers off of that. Let him get his rhythm, and then maybe in the fourth quarter, okay, now if we need to pass the ball off to Russ, he can actually hit a shot because he's gotten his feet set. He's gotten his feet wet. He got the rhythm with him. He's gone up against lesser talent to get that rhythm situated. That's what I'm thinking. And then if he's not shooting well, we can bring in a Rajon Rondo to help bring it to be an actual point guard, or we can let Braun run the show and let the wings kind of do what they do all around and space it out with shooters. Now you got Melo, Monk, Ariza, You have, I wouldn't say AD, because AD shooting like 20-25% from three, but we have enough pieces around that. So that's the only reason why I say bring Russ off the bench, just for that fit purpose. I don't like him and Braun and AD on the same floor all the time. Like, you still need shooting. That's the name of the game in today's society.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, it's not to discredit Russell Westbrook. Again, I think we both like Russ. I think we both would love to see Russ as an all-star. He has that caliber talent. IQ's a little bit questionable. Can't hold you, Russ. Love you, but hey, to me, comparing you to the NBA athletes, not me. To me, comparing you to them, IQ's a little off a little bit. Could be better.
Right.
A lot of talent though. But
right.
do you think a 7-game series without Klay Thompson? I think Klay's the deciding factor for you. Because you ain't mentioned Wiseman too much. So without Klay Thompson, do you like the Lakers or the Warriors?
Ooh. Okay. Without Klay, I'm going with, honestly, I'm going with the Lakers.
You going who? Lakers?
Yes.
Okay.
So
is
I'm not
just because
Wiseman though. He is a bucket. Don't get me wrong. He is a bucket. Only thing I'm saying about Klay right now is, Klay has been there before. Klay has shown up in those moments and has never failed. He's never failed in those moments like that. So if anything, if it comes between Klay Thompson and Wiseman, I'm obviously gonna probably pick Klay, in those, so that's why I'm saying that if Klay was there,
yeah, I get
then
you. Yeah. No, I get you. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully we see everybody healthy in the playoffs. Hopefully we see everybody in the playoffs. That means Kyrie, 2 people. So it's unfair. I've already made a video about it. It is what it is. But next, we will be going on to the next segment, though. I hate cutting these segments, bro. This is good combo. Dang. But we're going to go on to the next segment, ladies and gentlemen. So with that being said, stay tuned. We got a little surprise for you from Darius. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, I hope this segment is all right, because the last segment was pretty fire. Darius, I got a couple of questions for you there, bro. It's the trivia segment, ladies and gentlemen. I asked Darius a couple questions, see if he gets them right. Who knows? There's no gift. We're just doing this for fun. But anyway, so, an example question, just get Darius' feet wet. Darius, how many D3 players have played in the NBA?
How many D3 players played in the NBA?
Mm-hmm.
I will probably say 10. I think is it 10?
So I got 4 people.
4.
Devin George, he played. He was on my Lakers. Yeah, I love Devin. Osberg College, that's where he played. Jack Sigma, back in the day, cat. So but he played at Illinois Wesleyan. We got Vern Mickelson. I apologize if I butchered the name, but he played at Hamlin. And we got Terry Porter from Stevens Point.
Nice.
So yeah, it's pretty impressive. Like I gotta admit, because people always talk down on D3, but you have people who were in the league for like multiple years and on a contributing team and actually performing well, like all-star caliber players. So, but that's just one example of the trivia days. It'll go a lot faster than that, ladies and gentlemen. We just ask a question, he'll give the answer. I'll say whether it's right or wrong. So with that being said, Darius, how many players on your team are from the DMV?
So altogether, 14 of us, and from the DMV, it's about so far like 9.
9 of y'all?
Mm-hmm. 9 of us.
Okay. So I counted, because on the roster y'all got it's a total of 16. So I counted 13. The only people not from it are Lavelle Harris, Kyron Martin, and Nick Marabito.
Right.
Everybody else is from the DMV.
Right. Kyron is the dude Kyra, he's British.
Yeah, from England. Like I saw that, I was like, that okay, all right, that's cool. I want to give a shout out right quick to Fayetteville. My man Avery Day was out there. I see you there, boy. All right, do some big things out there for us.
Man.
I don't know if it's only because the Fayetteville route is cool. It's fine. All right, so next question. What player has the highest career free throw percentage in the NBA?
Okay, the first person that came to mind, I mean, has to be the greatest shooter in the world, Stephen Curry, right? It's not.
I mean, I got Steve Nash when I saw. Yeah, I got Steve Nash when I saw it, but
that's crazy.
But you also got to look at it like this too, though. Steph's career isn't done yet, so maybe he can be higher, but because he's still playing, like I can't count him as. At least I would count him as the highest until his playing career is done. So maybe that's a little. So you could be right in that regard.
Sure.
That could be a little trick answer.
Yeah, I was thinking it would have been Steph Curry, but like you said, his career's not over, so hopefully it'll change, you know.
Yeah, I mean it probably will. This man rarely misses free throws. Like he bet his mama money that he wouldn't miss free throws, and like okay, yeah, like you're a different breed, champ. You bet money on your free throws, like all right, you're good. I'm like you're gonna be elite for this. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have for the trivia segment. So we're gonna go on to the next segment here and talk a little bit more with Darius, shall we? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. So what do we want to talk about? Well, let's talk about Darius right quick, because he's on the show. Why not? All right, Nate. Why do I want to talk about Darius? Well, I mean, he is a collegiate hooper. You know what I'm saying? So it's something slight. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later, though. But just to give y'all, just tease you a little bit. Just tease you. But we gotta start at the beginning for Darius, though. Gotta start at the beginning, So Darius, I think every story starts off with the family. So tell me, how has your family been able to impact you within sports? I mean, I've met your mom and your dad, but I want you to be able to tell that story for the people.
Right. So from the beginning, man, ever since I touched the basketball, it's always been my family supporting me 110% at every. There's never been a game where I can't look into the stands and I see my folks there. Doing that is just showing true love in itself, and it just shows true support. And with that being said, whenever I went to a game, I always knew that I had somebody with me. Even though they're not physically in the game with me, they're here. So that really gave me motivation and encouraged me to be able to play my game. A lot of people get nervous in the game and stuff. I couldn't say that for myself though. I went out there and did my thing, and I thank God for them. There's nothing but a blessing. This family. So yeah.
Okay, and I can attest to that, ladies and gentlemen. His mom, usually you'll see the father coaching and the mom in the stands, but this one was different. The mom was coaching, and she was actually a good coach. And the dad was in the stands, but he also felt like he was part of the team. The overall dynamic, you even had your siblings in there. The overall dynamic was really good, and it showed me that y'all are really a basketball center, maybe even a sports center family in general. What would you say, I guess, is the importance of hoop to you and your family?
It's very important, honestly. It's kind of like the base of my family. Everybody in my family knows how to play basketball. We play different sports. We play baseball, volleyball, different sports, football, but basketball is the center of it, and I think also it's because of me, being the youngest in my family. All of my family support my games and stuff, so they know it's basketball, so that's the thing that really keeps us connected as well. We play basketball together, so it's if that we can relate to, we can definitely say oh yeah, we all play basketball, we all family,
Right.
You already know, bro.
Exactly. like basketball is a team sport, and I think family is a team sport as well. Like at least it should be considered, maybe not a sport, but you get what I'm saying. Like you got to be team. You have to be team oriented. Like someone's not good at something, okay, well you got to pick up the slack, but they can pick up your slack. So I think you can learn a lot about a family, and that's up within basketball. And I think that's why you have a lot of brotherhoods that are built within teams. So I mean, that makes complete sense. Now tell me this, because like everybody has like a early year, like the elementary school day, like everyone was good, right? But I think you start to separate yourself a little bit in the middle school, high school days. So tell me a little bit about yourself in the middle school, high school days. Like, what were some things you were doing back then to kind of try to set yourself apart from the other people, from the other athletes?
Right. So I come from an area where like the talent was amazing, even at that level. Like middle school, I had a couple of players in middle school that I played with. In high school, they went to the Mather playing with Markelle Fultz, the overall number 1 pick a couple years ago. I had to play up against him as well. But a lot of people that I hooped with, in middle school, went on to different high schools and took their talents to like the pro level. And so being young at that age and seeing the talent, I found out that I had to really try to stand out from them, like what's going to separate me from them in the future. I had to be able to find that out at a young age. So I started working on some things that they couldn't do. Like my first dunk was actually in middle school. So that was something I had to really like help increase my vertical, increase my jumping ability, because they were middle school. So I was already a step ahead. So I felt like if I can be one step ahead in that, but with everything, in any aspect, then that means that I actually would have a chance. I have a chance of actually succeeding and achieving my goals, in the future. So, yeah.
Okay. Now, really quickly, because I know when you want to like push yourself ahead. I know like in basketball, it's typical to play against the older kids, but then you also want to play against kids your own age, kind of practice and get a little bit better in that regard too. Which one was more enjoyable for you, would you say, out of curiosity?
Man,
like
honestly,
playing against the older kids or just playing around your kid your own age?
I mean, it was fun sometimes playing around with kids my own age, but the real came from playing against older kids, grown men, actually. My folks, like my family, they pushed me to do that, and with them doing that, I really exceeded, further. So when I actually played it against like these young kids like my age, I wouldn't be scared. I wouldn't be like uncomfortable because I played against older people. So it's like the younger guys or the guys my age, man, I'm like, I can handle this. You know what I'm saying? So that went from middle school all the way through high school. So yeah.
Okay. Now, for those of y'all who don't know, and remember what he just said now, because remember, for those of y'all who don't know, Darius did participate in the G League tryouts at least. So, Darius, first and foremost, right? Walk me through this, bro. Like, how did you get selected for that?
Right. So the selection process was it was pretty crazy. I actually got in contact with one of the previous trainers of the Washington Wizards. He was like a really important part of that process because he knew the head coach for the Washington Wizards. So when he heard that they were having the G League tryout, and I was really interested in that. I told him that that I definitely wanted to join. I wanted to try out. I wanted to follow my dreams in that. And so he actually put in a good word for me. They sent me an email saying that they want me to come and participate. Send me an address and everything. And it was like one of the most exciting moments of my life, being able to play on the NBA floor and to also future NBA players, and you also form relationships and bonds even with that. I met Jeff Green's brother, Brian. He was actually in the league that we were playing in, the big guy, and him and my sister, they're close friends and we're close friends. So, it's just a whole it's an amazing story. You know, it's an amazing process. That everything that happened, it happens for a reason. So
let me hold on. I was thinking of a question, and then you said you said the big guy on our team was Jeff Green's brother.
Yeah. The
wait a second.
Name's Brian. Yeah.
Buddy who was dunking just casually.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Dang. Yeah.
It's
Small
crazy.
world. That's wild. that is wild.
And I met him at the G League tryout, and we talked. You know, we chopped it up a little bit, but we never. It would one day become like a brotherhood type thing.
Right. Okay. That makes so much sense because he was cashing out crazy, like from that three. It made no sense. Okay. Now, I think you said you went up against Markelle Fultz at one point in time. We also got Jeff Green's brother Ryan. Ryan Green. I don't want to call him Jeff Green's brother. Who else have you played against at the G League? Because I mean, again, these are NBA athletes. People like that. Like this is pretty astounding, bro. So like, who else did you play against?
Yeah, man, it was a lot of people that were actually on the G League roster, but they had to try for the team. Akil Carr came there. I was in. Okay. It's pretty tough. Actually being able to see somebody that I grew up watching. You know, I was able to, play with. And it was amazing, honestly. But with him, and then even playing against Markelle Fultz, like when I played up against him, it was actually in high school when I played against him. He wasn't, as good as he is, as he was. Or he wasn't as good. I got some blocks off of him, and it was pretty tight, to hold that over his head, But yeah, like with him, seeing how much he grew, like physically and like, mentally with basketball, it's just amazing. And it shows like you can be and do anything you want if you keep your mind on it. Like if you keep your eyes like focused on your goal and you never give up and you really like, you dig deep and you keep grinding, you keep working for that thing, it can happen, man. Dreams do come true. So like stuff can happen, man. You just got to keep that grind going, keep it going.
Okay. That's pretty dope, bro. Like, the fact that you were able to play against those players, and like you said, you're watching. Like I remember like vividly watching Akil Carr play, and it's like, and just the highlight tapes. I'm like, wow, like buddy is solid. Like the handle game is top notch. Like, and he can shoot too. It's like, dang. Like, and so you go up against that, and it's like it has to be kind of like a surreal feeling for you because you watched him play, and now you're on the same platform as him. So just bringing that a whole dream to fruition, I know that was such a great feeling for you.
It was amazing, but I really couldn't let that moment get stuck. Like I couldn't let that moment take over because I knew I had a job to do at the end of the day. If my job was I had to guard him. If he had to guard me, I had to make him work. It was different things. Like I couldn't let that moment overtake the present. Like whatever's going on at that time, I still had a job to do. So
exactly. You said what?
Yeah, because like we were both there for a reason. We were both there to make the team and try out and all that. So
exactly. Now, last question, and we'll transition on to the next segment, ladies and gentlemen. What did you ultimately learn from the G League tryouts about yourself?
Man, I learned so much. I learned that the talent out there is incredible, man. Like everybody's after it. You have to literally walk in there humble and hungry. Like you have to walk there with your head down, but you got to walk in there still being confident, and you have to really be able to see yourself playing there, because if you don't, you're really going to tear yourself down, and you're not going to be able to really showcase your talents like that you have. But ultimately being there, I really learned that I had to, and a couple of coaches actually talked to me. A couple of coaches there talked to me. I was able to talk to the head coach of the G League, to talk to the head coach of the Washington Wizards. Moments like those are moments that you have to really cherish, because you never know if that opportunity will come back. So talking to them and them being able to tell me what I did wrong, things I did right, things I need to work on, you know, I take those moments, man. And, you know, they told me I actually have to go and play college, you know, before I was able to come and try out for a G League team, because they see the talent, but they want me to be grounded first. They want me to be to really grow up into college basketball and transition into the professional level. So with that, I learned a lot, man. But the most thing I probably learned at that G League trial is the sky's the limit for anybody, and that you have to work and train like crazy if you want to make it to that level. So
okay, now that's pretty dope, bro. And I appreciate, like, I wanted to get the early years people just because I wanted to showcase, one, he has a good solid foundation behind him, like he says, he has a good supporting cast. Then two, he has that internal drive and motivation to want to play up against the tougher opponents. Because if you go against the regular average Joes, well, I mean, you're not gonna get really better. So that's why he was able to get to the G League. So, you know, that flows nicely. And you see how that just makes sense all together? Like, you work hard, you have good supporting cast, and like good things usually will turn out. Not all the time. Like, you know, like stuff happens. Like, he got told he got to go back to college, but not everyone gets to play in college. So it's like, that's not really a knock. Like, that's like you said, we see the talent, we see the potential. Everyone's journey is different. So like, I appreciate that wholeheartedly, bro. And I hate that we gotta cut this off to the next segment. I hope the next segment works out well. Because this was good conversation. I can't even hold you, but this was good conversation. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we will go on to the next segment. So stay tuned, please. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So look, we got a throwback post. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got one. But my man Darius got one, though. So Darius, hit the people up with your throwback right quick, people.
Right. All right. So, my throwback post for me is definitely when Derrick Rose got injured. Yeah, man, it's tough. You know, when he got injured, man, the thing, it broke my heart, yo. Like, it really broke my heart. And the documentary that came out, all that stuff, you know, it came out. And the thing that really stuck with me the most is that his injury happened the same time my injury happened. Like, I broke my leg at the same time when he tore his ACL. You know, both of us were going through the injuries at the same time. He was already my favorite player. You know, so going through those injuries at the same time, it really, like, it motivated me that he was coming back. So I felt like if he can come back, I can come back. I felt like, you know, it's not the end of my story. It wasn't the end of his, you know, so that motivation really drove me. It drove me to become even greater than I was before I broke my leg, you know, and it really did. I came back jumping higher, running faster, you know, like different things like that, you know. So that's probably the throwback post for me that really like inspired me in life. So yeah.
Okay, shoot, boy, you halfway cheated and gave me 2 motivational posts in one episode. I appreciate that.
All right,
that's good stuff. That's good stuff right there. I appreciate that. Yeah, go. All right. Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go on to the next segment, but stay tuned, because you know we're gonna keep this thing going a little bit more energy. All right, so we back, and if you like the last segment, right, then you'll probably like this one too, because Darius is gonna be leading this one again. I ain't got nothing for the show for the foreshadowing post, but I'm sure y'all don't want to hear my foreshadows just yet, though, just yet. But Darius, what you got for us? Are we talking? We talking football? Are you gonna do college? You can do NBA. What you got for us?
So I'm gonna go ahead and do the NBA because I feel probably the most watched platform. You know, everybody, you know, at least knows something about the NBA. Teams. So let's go for the NBA.
Okay. What you got for me?
All right. So I'm gonna start with Golden State. Golden State has really shocked people this year because, you know, they're feeling that since they lost Clay, you know, and, you know, prayers up for Clay. I'm so glad that he's back. You know, he's with the G right now, working and getting his self back to where, you know, he needs to be, you know, so he could be with Curry, become a splash, you know. So, you know, thank God for him that he's back. But yeah, so hey, they're an amazing team. You know, I can honestly, they're an amazing team. You know, for them to not have the amount of superstars that they had in the past, you know, they had about 3 or 4 superstars in the past. And, you know, they did amazing with them. And now they only have, well, they cut, I think they have like 2 superstars. I'm going to count Draymond Green. You know, I'm going to count him as a, you know, I'm going to count him as a superstar, you know. So, him and Stephen Curry, you know, with them two, and, you know, the backcourt, a great supporting cast, you know, they're able to make it happen. You know, and with the amount of ball movement, the amount of like teamwork, it's really amazing. They find Stephen Curry, you know, always open for the shot. You know, he moves without the ball. Like it's like 0 to 9. You know, I've never seen anything like that. You know, he's the greatest shooter ever for a reason. So he works with everybody around him. You know, he doesn't just like ball hog. You know, it's not a selfish. The team knows they need him. He knows he needs the team, and that's how I honestly think that they're gonna, you know, be the Western Conference champions, and they might have another shot for the title this year. That's honestly how I feel.
Okay. I mean, I'm not mad at that. I like Clay. I like Wiseman. They got a good team. I'm just waiting for this mandate to get released in New York so Brooklyn can get their trio back and we can have a quality NBA Finals. So I'm looking forward to someone in New York, please watch the video and send it to whoever we need to get this popping. Remove the mandate, please. Or just let Kyrie play. Just let him play, please. That's all I ask for. You know, it's Christmas time. It's coming around Christmas, please. But yeah, no, I can respect that. I can respect that foreshadowing. I do think the Suns and the Lakers are in their way, but like they're higher than the Suns and lower than the Lakers. And so I have the Warriors at like the second best team, at least talent-wise. But they do have a better head coach. So that could help out in their favor. And then the organization right now is probably a little better than ours too. So, but I like that foreshadowing. I can respect that one. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we're going to go on into the next segment because I'm pretty sure you will like it and give you a little hint to my double question earlier. It's about the person. Well, you know, he said he knows who has the most triple doubles. So we will be talking about that person. So stay tuned. All right, we're back. So, as I said, Darius does play a little basketball, a little bit more specifically. He plays for Washington Adventist University. You know, it's called WAU. I call it WAU personally. I'm sorry if that's disrespectful. That's just how I saw it all the time. Like, it'd be like, WAU! All right, cool. Darius, like you said, you got told to go to the college, right? So, how's it been so far? Not just basketball, though. I'm talking just the whole overall experience of college. Because maybe some kids are coming into college, going to college, and they might want to know a little bit about it. So what have you seen so far?
Yeah, man. So it's not like the movies, okay? A lot of people think it's like the movies, what they see in the movies and stuff, but nah, it's not specifically like that. It's a lot of work that goes into it. You know, keeping your grades up. Having to play basketball at the collegiate level itself is like, I guess one could call it a day job. Like, it's like a job, honestly. You know, workouts every day. You know, sometimes you will have workouts twice a day, but you still have to fit that into your schedule. You still have to get your own shots up. You still have to make your own, like, you have to make practice mandatory. You also have to get that work done, like your homework and classwork and all that stuff done. So it is a lot that goes into being a collegiate athlete. But like I said, it's not impossible. A lot of people want to tell you, you know, it's too hard, or it's not worth it, or it's impossible. It's really not, man. Like, it's everything that you make it to be, honestly. So, but like I said, my overall experience with college, man, like, it's an amazing experience. I'm learning every day, man. Like, I'm learning every day. My classes are great. The people at school are great. I can't complain, honestly. You know, it's a Christian school, so it's a good environment to be around. But the players are definitely very active and very competitive. You know, and it's an amazing place to be, honestly. So yeah.
Okay. Now this is just real quick though. This might be for all you sinners out there. You go to a Christian school, but y'all throw down a little bit. Y'all get some parties in there. Like, hey.
They be doing their whole thing, man. Like I don't know what they be doing, honestly.
It's like, I don't know if coach is about to watch this video or not. Let me not incriminate myself. I understand. I get you. All right, so look, what's been the biggest adjustment to college then? Because like, it's a different environment now. Like you're not with your parents like that. It's more so you. Like, what's been the biggest adjustment for yourself in college and also on the court as well in the college game?
Shoot, yeah, man. Like honestly, the biggest adjustment is really, like the amount of freedom that you have in school and knowing what to do with it. You really have to prioritize your time. Like when it comes to, am I going to do my homework or am I going to go hang out with my friends? Am I going to go study for this exam I got coming up, or am I going to go to this party? You know, or like different things like that. Those are like self decisions that you have to make. Those are the times that's really going to bring out the best in you, and that you buckle down, make the right decision, because in the long run, like in the end, that stuff is going to come back. You know, you're going to say, to study hard, man. I should have practiced more on my game instead of going out with my friends or going out to the parties like that. Like things like that, you know, you're gonna have to prioritize your schedule and all that. But that's the biggest adjustment to me, honestly. It's not crazy. Like it's not a hard thing to do. Anybody, it just takes the right mindset. You gotta have that right mindset.
No, I agree. Procrastination is big, people. That happens in the adulting world too. Trust me. Like you can very easily adult and mess up your whole day, and that also can affect your job, your livelihood. So you want to have a plan in place. You want to follow something so that way you can get something done. Like you don't want to just sit there and leave everything that you do like unfinished or push off something just because you want to have fun. You want to have fun later on in life. So some things you got to sacrifice. So I definitely get that. But it seems as though like, you know, you're putting in the work. So like you're obviously willing to make some sacrifices. So with that being said, then like on the team, I know, like I said, it's a team, like it's a family, it's a brotherhood, like you said earlier. So what are some of the toughest obstacles for you guys, one as a team, and then one with you and you within the team as well? Like, what would you see? And I don't want anything like, oh well, Avery messed with nothing like detailed personal. It don't have to be like that. I'm saying like maybe you think you guys don't trust each other as much as you want, or maybe it's like, you know, it's like you don't have the leader defined the way it should be. I don't know. Like, what would you say to that? And then again, like I said, for your own personal one.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, with that, you know, with college, a lot of the players come together on a college basketball team, coming from different walks of, from different places, states, areas like that, you know, right. And they together, and they may not know one another. But one positive thing I could say about this team is like, you know, they all get along. You know, like that's not a problem. Honestly, I think the challenges that we as a team meet with is actually our focus. Our focus is like something that we really need to work on, because in the game sometimes we get unfocused, or we kind of get ahead of ourselves, and we start to kind of like lose trust in one another, and we start trying to do all like solo, everything ISO, things like that. So that's probably the most challenge, like the most challenge that we get, you know. So I think if we really work hard on that, you know, like our team is already good, so we can get even better, you know, with that. Okay.
I rock with that. Now, for you personally, right? What's your main overall goal? Like, not talking about team related. Because I understand it probably might be you want the team to be gelling. You know, like maybe that would be answer. But you personally, what's your own individual goal this season?
Right. So, my main goal, honestly, is to become a better athlete, like a way better athlete than I was when I tried out for that G League team. You know, when I went to those trials, I want to come back to the next trials and just kill the competition. You know, earn my, show them that I belong, and I know it takes dedication and hard work. I know it takes a lot. You know, it takes a lot, but that's something that I'm willing to do, and I'm willing to, you know, stay in college. You know, like learn my craft. You know, just different things that'll get me to that next level. You know, a lot of people they kind of like want to give up or not put in the work as much. They feel like, oh, I'm already halfway there. Like, nah, it doesn't stop there. It don't stop. You know, you got to work every day. So yeah.
Exactly. You always got to keep evolving your game. Like when I saw at an early age Kobe Bryant, who I thought was the best player in the game at that point, like he evolved his game. He was real athletic. You know, he had the crossover that was nice, but then he took you to the post, and it's like, oh, this is new. Like this, oh, okay, he's cooking right now. Like even he had to evolve his game. So that showed me, no, you have to keep evolving. Like you have to keep putting in that work. So I mean, like you said, bro, like you got to keep moving. You got to keep progressing. And I like the fact that that's your answer. You're thinking long term. You have a plan in place. You know what you want to do, and people like that usually kind of get to where they're going. So I'm rooting for you there, my boy. Trust me, I'm rooting for you. But I got a question though. Are you trying to go to the NBA, or are you trying to like go overseas? Or it just don't matter. You just trying to hoop. Like which one?
So honestly, I think the answer is probably the same for every basketball player. They want to go to the NBA. Right. So my goal is to definitely go to the NBA. You know, playing in the G League level, because a lot of opportunities are presented. You get pulled up anytime. You know, if you do good in a game, like I see like on the G League, I follow them on Instagram. So like when I watch their stories and I see these guys putting up numbers, they get pulled up to the real NBA. That's your opportunity, and it goes on from there. You know, it's a lot of people that have gotten that opportunity and have got major contracts. You know, maximized contracts in the NBA on real NBA teams. So sky's the limit. The opportunities are there. You know, but obviously it's not the same for everybody. So if the G League doesn't work out, then of course I would definitely want to play overseas. Like I've had some overseas offers already, but definitely want to pursue the NBA before, you know, playing overseas. So yeah.
Okay. Now, is there would you say you would like give a specific amount of time to how much you would try to get into the NBA? Like, would you try for like maybe 5 years and then say, okay, you know what, I'm done, I'm gonna go overseas? Or is it you try, you don't get it, and then boom, you just go directly over to overseas? Like what? And again, that's if you don't make it to the NBA.
Right. Yeah. So for me, it would probably be like 3 to 5 years. I would be trying for the NBA, and if things don't work, you know, by then I would definitely take the overseas route. And you never know, like playing overseas, you can still get called to the NBA. You know, like it doesn't really matter how young or how old you are. Opportunity will come. It's up to you if you're going to take those opportunities and what you're going to do with them.
Exactly. Now, I got 2 more questions here for you, but we're going to end on a good note. But the first question, so like when I see athletes, right, they have like some make it, some like, and a lot don't. And I'm talking about in the NBA, it's very hard to do that, right? So in case the sports in general, like I think you're actually good enough to play overseas at minimum. Like I actually do think, I'm not blowing smoke over your ass, like I'm being genuine. But if that doesn't happen for whatever reason, do you believe, like, do you have like a fallback plan, or is it more so like you just have all your eggs in this basket because you wholeheartedly believe you're about to do this thing?
So I can honestly say like the younger version of me was definitely like all in for playing professional, but growing up more and living in reality, sometimes things don't work out like that, but my hopes are still high for like playing professional basketball, hope league first. But I definitely have a backup plan because I know it's always good to have one. I was taught that, and my backup plan would definitely be a trainer. Being a basketball trainer, being a physical fitness trainer as well, because I really like doing things like that. I like helping the youth out. Seeing them grow, seeing them prosper in life. Like it really makes me happy. Like it makes me feel good. And I can even tell them some mistakes that I made that I don't want them to make that can take them for, so different things like that. It's really based around the youth, and it's really based around like a better future for them, So yeah.
Okay. Now I respect that. You can make a lot of money off that. You can even turn into a nutritionist and mix it in there too. So I guess athletes should be a nutritionist. Honestly, I think that should be the case. Right. But yeah, like that you can do a lot with that, my boy. Especially in this area. Like what? All the health nuts out here. Oh, and then in America in general, let's be honest, there are a lot of fat asses out here. Like now, I'm not talking about in the good way where you usually try to be like, hey, my guy, look at that on the street. Like no, I'm talking about people who aren't working out. You got, you know what I'm saying? You got the what's it called? You got the oh no, I messed it up. Oh, I can't. It's like such a brain fart right now. Dang. Oh, Dunlap. You got Dunlap syndrome where your belly Dunlapped over your belt.
Right.
You got all that going on. So yeah, like that actually could be a solid backup plan right there, my boy. Now, in a world, like I said, we gonna end on a good note. So in a world where you do make it to the NBA, right? What team would you want to play for? Walk me through that. How you about to act? You gonna get big headed? Are you buying your parents a house? Like, what's up, bro? Like, how you doing? How you getting like? How you acting like? Can I get some slow seats? Like, what we talking about?
Hey, first of all, I'm gonna have to make another podcast with my man's Trey, man. You already know we're gonna have to get that interview in later in life. But realistically speaking, though, actually, I just went to a Wizards game, and the atmosphere was amazing. The atmosphere was great, and seeing Bradley Beal hoop, and seeing the members of the Wizards team and how they work together, and like the people at the Wizards game, and playing for the home team, like that's like the best, honestly. So like I would the Wizards, man. I really would, and I would take care of my family. I would take care of my church, take care of like my loved ones, my future wife. Just take care of everybody. That's really been there for me.
Okay. I respect that. Just keep an eye out for that collection plate. They will be taxing you. They'll be like, right. Hey, brother Darius, good to see you there today. How you doing? I respect that though. Like I respect the giving heart that you seem to have, bro. You don't see too many people out there like that. So I mean, and it comes off as like genuine. It doesn't sound like you wrote it down or it's scripted. Like these were just random questions that I asked you on the spot, basically, and like you gave an answer. So I mean, I appreciate that thought process. I appreciate that, people. But Darius, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you coming on the show. People, hopefully we can get Darius back on here so we can ask him a couple more questions. I have one more. Don't mean to put you on spot, but you're here now. I stole this from All the Smoke. If you can get me in contact with like one person, who would it be? But you also got to help facilitate that connection, if you will.
Right. Oh, does this person need to be like an NBA or something, or like?
I mean, if they are, that's cool. If they're not, that's cool. Like my aim for this is just to bring on a good conversation. add to the community, this, that, and the third. So like I say, if it is like an NBA athlete, that's fine. Collegiate athlete, that's cool. If it's like somebody, I do want to kind of somewhat keep it sports related, so that way they can like talk about it though. But that's all though.
Right. I know a couple of people. I'm pretty sure you've heard of. I don't know if you heard of white chocolate. Have you heard of white?
Of course. What you mean?
Yeah.
What you mean?
So for the people out there, if y'all don't know, white chocolate is one of the most known street ball players. He's, yeah, man. So like, definitely him. I even know I could possibly talk to Jeff Green's brother to see if maybe if he can talk to Jeff Green and we can set something up.
Jeff.
So I can see, I can work some things out, because this podcast is great, man. Like Trey, my man.
I appreciate that. And I gotta say this before we bring Uncle Jeff up here. I'd want to talk with Ryan just cause one, I didn't know that they were related. So it's like I really appreciate that because like my man could have smooth just name dropped me, like, hey dog, I'm Jeff Green's brother, right? Like you know what I'm saying? Like just off the couch, it means something just because I like Jeff Green, but like he didn't do anything like that, so I appreciate it. Cause I also know someone else's brother who plays in the NBA, and like he doesn't bring it up, so I always want to get their vantage point. Like, what was it like being around there? How did you find your own path, your own niche, this, that, and the third? So I definitely want to rap. No disrespect to you, Uncle Jeff, if we can get you on the show. I want you on the show, baby, but. We gotta talk to your brother first, though. We gotta talk to your brother. It's only right. It's only fair. I met him first. You gotta be loyal.
It's only right.
Yeah, but yeah. So let's get them set up. That's okay. All right. Yeah, let's get them set up. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about them offline. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, so that is the end of the show. Then again, Darius, thank you so much for the conversation. I appreciate it. You made a light skin blush today. I appreciate you, bro.
My man, hey, thanks for having me, bro. Much love to you and the folks and your followers and everything. Praying for y'all. Like I said, don't stop following y'all dreams, man. That's all I got to say.
Big facts. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you all have a good one. And Darius, thanks again. Take care.
I did not know you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I got to go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. We get buckets right here, kid.